Okay, on this video on Math All Day with Kurt and Dre, we're going to talk about the 4 different quadrants. And this is basically looking at the 4 different planes that's determined by the x and y axis. Now, as a reminder, if we look over here, you have a smaller single plane coordinate system. Now, the numbers down at the bottom, that's going to be your x-axis, and the numbers on this side are going to be your y-axis. So for this particular one, if we said we were graphing the point 2, 1, you would go over 2, 1, 2, and up 1. So that's the point 2, 1. If you're graphing the point, I'll do a different color, 1, 3. You would go over 1 and up 3. So that is the point. That's the point 1-3. But if you look, most of the time, especially when you're dealing with 5th grade stuff and 4th grade, you're only dealing with all of this information over here. And all of that information is actually coordinate number 1 if they're talking about like Roman numerals. So this is coordinate number 1. This is where all of your x and your y's are positive numbers. But if you start moving backwards on this dude, and you have a negative x, but the numbers are going up, and you have a positive y, you are in coordinate number 2. Sometimes it's shown with the number 2, sometimes it's shown with Roman numeral 2, but this is your second coordinate plane, excuse me. So what happens if you have a negative x, and also your numbers are going down, which means you have a negative y, you are in coordinate number 3. If they showed it with Roman numerals, it would be coordinate 3. And then the last coordinate, which means you have a positive x going this way, but a negative y, so a positive x and a negative y, will be coordinate number 4, also shown with the Roman numerals of IV. So the kind of question that you're going to get asked, especially on like end of the year state test or any other kind of major assessments that you have, you're going to say, okay, well, what coordinate would -2, 7 be in? Well, you know, since the first value is your x and it is a negative, and your second value is a y and it is positive, it would be found in coordinate 2. So those are just the types of questions that you get asked. So knowing the quadrants, you need to know that there are 4 quadrants. You need to know a positive x, positive y, it means quadrant 1, negative x, positive y, quadrant 2, negative x, negative y, quadrant 3, and positive x, negative y is quadrant 4.